What's a great thing to do first before you do the differentiation? Anybody have any ideas of what you should do first? Well, this is ln of 1 minus x to the what? To the negative 1, right? Which is going to be d dx of negative ln of 1 minus x. So what's the derivative of that going to be? Negative what? 1 minus x times what? Negative 1. So what's this going to be? 1 over 1 minus x. So it's A. All done. Bingo. So remember your log rules.
It says it's B.
Is it B?
It says it's B.
So what do you have to do on this? You have to figure out 1 over x minus 1 times x plus 2 is equal to something over x minus 1 plus something else over x plus 2. So that means 1 is going to be equal to A times x plus 2 plus what? Plus B times what? X minus 1. And what are those magic number things that I told you about? So if x equals negative 2, yeah, you make it equal, x equals negative 2, you know that 1 is equal to b times negative 3. So what does b equal? Negative 1/3. But then you also know you could have x is equal to 1. And if x is equal to 1, you get 1 is equal to a times 3. So a is equal to what? 1/3. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about, so therefore, we're talking about making the integral of negative 1/3, right? 1 over x minus 1 dx.
X plus 2.
Is that the x plus 2 one?
Yeah.
Sorry. This is x plus 2, and then plus 1/3 of the integral of 1 over what? X minus 1 dx, like this?
Yeah.
So let's keep on doing this here. So you have negative 1/3 times what? Integrate that for me. ln of absolute value, thank you. ln of x plus 2 from what to what? Oh, it's just indefinite, sorry. It's indefinite, sorry. It's indefinite. Plus, plus, in this case, plus 1/3 of ln of x minus 1 plus c. So does that match anything we have in here? It matches what? A, yeah, because you're going to do the division. So you're going to factor out 1/3. So this turns into 1/3, just so you can see it, of ln of x minus 1 minus ln of x plus 2, like this, plus c. So that's going to be 1/3 of ln of x plus 2 over, sorry, x minus 1 over x plus 2. Oh, because the negative was already there. Plus what? Plus c. Plus c. Excellent. So which one is that? Is that A? I think it's A, right? Is that correct? Looks right. Can you verify? Is that what the answer key says?
That is what the name.
First. What should you find first? Well, you're looking for a c value such that f prime of c is equal to f of 3 minus f of 0 over what? 3 minus 0. So let's do this first. What's f of 3? 27 minus what? 27 minus what? F of 27, right? Minus 0 all over what? 3. So what's that going to be? 0. So what does this tell us? This function is traveling along, and at 0 and at 3, it's both at what? When you plug in 3, what do you get?
0.
And when you plug in 0, what do you get? 0. Okay, so the average rate of change from 0 to 3 is going to be 0. So what are you trying to do here? You set this, you do the derivative. What's f prime of x going to be? 3x squared minus what?
6x.
6x. So you want to know when 3x squared minus 6x is equal to? Hey, look, this is yet another calculus question that comes down to taking the derivative and setting it equal to 0 and solving. So what do you end up with? X squared minus 2x is equal to 0, right? So x times x minus 2 is equal to what? 0. So x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 2. And it's the closed interval from 0 to 3, so which one is it? Oh, did we get a...
2.
Hold on. Interesting. What did we get for an answer? We got 0 as a possible answer here, right?
Yeah, that's the question.
Interesting. We love implicit differentiation. Okay, so we have to do implicit differentiation. What rule do we have to use on the first part? Nope. product rule. So the derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second, 2y prime, plus what? 2 times the derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second equals what? You have to do the derivative of everything. So what does it equal? 0. Yeah, that's really important. That is our super common error when you when you're doing implicit differentiation. What's the derivative of a static number 8? 0. Okay, so here's the thing. We're solving for y prime. Do we have to isolate y prime right now? Say no. What can we do at this point, Cameron? We can just plug in the numbers. We can take this right now and plug it in. So we get 2 squared plus 1 times 2 times 2 times y prime plus 2 times 2 plus 1 times y prime equals what? 0. So what do we get here? 4 plus 4y prime equals, no, plus, yeah, plus 4 plus y prime is equal to? Thank you. That's clutch, 2y prime. So what do we have here? 6y prime is equal to what? Negative 8, so y is equal to negative 4 over 3. That's y prime, right? Is that one of the answers? Yay. Nice. For me, if I was going to do this, what do you think I would do first on this? I would draw a picture. X equals y cubed. That does go through the origin, right?
Yeah.
What does that look like? When x is equal to 1, what could y equal? 1. So let's just, I'm just plotting points. I have trouble seeing things from the side. Okay, so when x is 1, y is 1. Is everybody with me so far? You know, when x is 1, y is 1. Is that good? When x is negative 1, what's y? Negative 1. So it's also down here. So what is it? We know what this kind of looks like. What does it look like? Looks like this, right? Like this? And it says, which of the following gives the area of the surface generated by revolving the about the y-axis, this is terrible language, about the y-axis, the arc of x equals that from y equals 0 to y equals 1. So which part of this are we looking at specifically? This thing right here, like this. And what are we rotating that around? The y-axis. So we're taking this and it's going to go like this. So we end up, that is definitely not the y-axis. Thank you for that correction. Oh my God, you're a math teacher? How can you do that? Okay. So, it's like this, yeah. Everybody sees the cone I'm trying to draw there? It's not bad. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Kind of tilted. Okay, I'm going to actually redraw that. That was pretty, hate it when that happened. Was that good enough?
Yeah, just press Control Z.
Yeah, that's what I did, and then I think I just, yep, there we go. Good, okay. So there it is. So what's the key thing you have to remember how to do? What's it asking you for? Y equals 6x minus x squared is rotated around the y. What did you guys do first on this one? So we have y is equal to 6x minus x squared. So y is equal to x times what? 6 minus x? This is what I would do. So where does this cross? It crosses at what? 0 and 6. Does it face up or down? Down. Yay. Oh, that's a terrible parabola. It's in the first quadrant in the x-axis, so it's just going to go up and down, right? Oh, and I just totally erased that. That's great. I love it when the eraser button sticks on this thing. So it goes what? Up and down. Nice. Is rotated around the what axis? Hey, the y-axis, so we're rotating it that way. Nice. I like drawing the other picture too, because what can you draw if you draw the other side? Ooh, you can draw, what are these called? Come on, what are these called? Washers. Remember washers? Remember the word washer? Washers, right? Are we integrating with respect to x or y? We're definitely integrating with respect to... Well, actually, excuse me. Could you do this with cylinders instead if you wanted to? Could you do this with cylinders? Y equals, right? We've already isolated y. So y equals that, so let's do dx. Because we have the height easily here. The height is a lot easier to get. So if we're doing it in terms of dx, what are we integrating from and to? What's the lowest x value? 0. What's the highest x value? 6. So it's from 0 to what? 6? Do you remember that, everybody? Right? So then what's the area of this little piece here? What's this area of this cylinder right here? How do you do this?